So now we're at the start of September. September was an extremely big month for me. Big as in having a lot of things to do, but big as in progress and emotionally. Sorry. It was pretty hectic. Um, So at the start, I was pretty nervous. As I spoke about in my last update, which you probably can't really remember, you might need to go back and refresh. But as I spoke about then, I was really nervous and excited about kind of my new start, going back to school again, but starting in a different grade, so that I was going to change classes and change all my school subjects and be with a whole new group of people that most of them I didn't even know from the year before. So that was pretty nerve-wracking for me. I was stressing about my French, I was stressing about trying to get to know people, but I was so excited at the same time as well, because I was just really confident that this was going to be a much better school year than the last one was. Um, yeah, so my first day of school was actually horrible. I think it was worse than my first day to begin with, because I went in there with so much confidence and so sure that it was going to be really good and that I was going to make friends straight away, and sorry, and that that my French was so much better, and I was just really confident that it was going to be good. And then I got there and I found myself sitting on a park bench by myself during my 2 hour break, in going off somewhere to eat lunch by myself, because I didn't have any friends like I'd expected to. I know it was the first day, but I bawled my eyes out more than ever. I missed home. I was like, what am I doing? I've already finished school. Like, why did I come back and do school again for another year? Am I crazy? What's going on? And it just really hit me that Hannah wasn't there anymore, and that I was kind of really like in this alone and had to do this myself. So that was really, really hard. But the first week got better very quickly. I met a boy at school called Kevin, who's now actually my best friend. We spend every day together. We talk all the time. Like he pretty much replaced Hannah, but a French version, I guess. So it was really, really good that I got to meet him. I also at the start of school, I changed my host families. Went to my third host family, my third and final host family. I'm so happy in this house. I love it. I love all of my host families, but I I don't know. I really, really love it in this house. I'm just really, really happy here. I get along so well with my host parents. My host mum, I can talk to her about anything. She listens to me, and we're very, very close. My host dad as well. It's very hard to get a relationship with host dads, but we have a lot of things in common to talk about. I mean, he's a sports journalist, so there we go. We've always got something to talk about. We watch rugby games together, etc. It's really cool. And the kids, there's one 5-year-old girl and a 7-year-old boy, and they are the cutest kids that I've ever met in my whole entire life. They're just absolutely adorable, and I love them to pieces. So, host family, amazing. Really sorry, I'm only in September still. So with my French, I started being able to tell jokes and actually be funny, because for a lot of the time I was very serious and would only speak when spoken to, and that's definitely not me. I think everybody knows that I love to talk. It's my favourite thing to do. It's my favourite pastime, and I always have something to say. So I was finally at the stage where I could actually do that in French, which I think a lot of people, I mean, especially Kevin, I think he started to realize and was like, oh gosh, why did I become friends with her? But um, I mean, it was better friend wise. I could finally express myself and have opinions on things and have real friends as opposed to people that I just followed everywhere because I had to. Um, then, also in September, I went to a Rotary weekend in Paris, and this was where I met all of the newbies, all of the new exchange students that were coming into France, that had just come into France. So there was, oh, I'm sorry, this is already at 15 minutes. I think this might be a bit of a long video. So there was a lot of Americans, Mexicans, sorry, where else? Canadian, as well. I'm not sure, but there was people from there was a lot of Taiwanese as well. And a person from Ecuador as well, which is really cool. So there was a lot of people from everywhere, and it was really weird to see all these newcomers, and they couldn't speak French, and they had no idea what was going on, and they were so scared and shy and like this. I mean, it was really weird to just realize that I was like that and that I used to be like that, and just how much I've changed and grown and progressed throughout my exchange, which was really rewarding for me because it was a real like physical reminder and physical evidence that I'd actually changed, which was really cool. Okay, and so to the end of September, almost finished. End of September, I went to this place called La Boule, which is just near Bretagne, so it's still off the west coast of France, near the beach, with my counsellor, and we stayed there for just less than a week, and that was really cool. There was a triathlon there, so I got to see that, and that was really fun. I went with him and his wife, and they're good company. I do enjoy my counsellor, so it was really fun to be with them. October. So October there was school holidays for 2 weeks, and I went to my friend Rosie's house in Tours and stayed there for 2 weeks with her. We went to Paris for a bit. That was a really, really fun week. I always have such a great time with her. She's just absolute crack up. Like, she's just really, really fun. So that was good. And then we went back to school, and I actually had my first lunch with a French friend. Like, she invited me to her house to eat lunch at her house. So that was really, really exciting for me because it was kind of like a gesture that showed that I was actually a really good friend of hers and that she wanted to invite me back to her house for lunch. And we went with another friend as well, so there was just the three of us. We caught the bus back to her house and everything, and she made us lunch, and it was really, really nice. And so that was really nice for me to realise that I was actually, I guess, kind of French now. I just had real friends, that wanted me to come over to their house and wanted to spend time with me instead of me just tagging along. So that was really cool. Not much happened else in October. Pretty much just school.